I hate lists, but I've got coaching failures in the NFL, and everybody knows, everybody talks about Chip Kelly's record, 26-21. How do you fire a guy with a winning record after 3 years? And you look back at the class of 2013, there were 8 coaches hired that year. The only guys who remain are Bruce Arians, Andy Reid, Gus Bradley, who was renewed, even though his team is 12-35 over the last 3 years. But the owner there gave him one more year because it looks like they're making progress. So rather than run Gus Bradley out of there, they're keeping him. And Mike McCoy's status is unknown, and so is their team in San Diego. So you got Mike McCoy, Gus Bradley, Andy Reid, and Bruce Arians still employed. Chip is gone, and obviously the other guys were Mark Trestman, who was only 1 year in Chicago. Actually, 2 years. He was 13-19, so he was 8-8, 5-11, fired. Then Rob Chudzinski, remember him in Cleveland? 1 year, he went 4-12, and he was fired. And then Doug Marrone, who went to the Buffalo Bills, went 6-10. In his second season, he went 9-7 and still was going to beat, but he resigned. He opted out of his contract, even though his team was doing better. He got out of there, and now he's in the coordinator somewhere. By the way, before we get out of here, I was talking about the list that I put together, and Nathaniel gave me a list of all the coaches who had bad first couple of years, but I'm talking about college coaches, the worst failures of the last 20 years. We know Nick Saban, right? 2 years in Miami, 15-17. He went 9-7, and then 6-10, and then was fired. So Nick Saban then went back to college, 15-17. And then Steve Spurrier, one of the worst jobs of all time. 2 years, of course, in Washington. 2 seasons, 02 and 03, 12-20. He was gone. At least Chip Kelly showed up and worked. And he won. Steve Spurrier went out and just played golf every day and really didn't care about his job. Then you had Mike Riley. Remember him? Went to San Diego for a 5-year deal, $25 million. He went 1-15 in his season in San Diego.
When was this?
Riley. This was back in 2000. Mike Riley was at Oregon State, I believe. It had a great college team, and then got the job in San Diego. 1-15 and out of there in 1 year.
I remember Mike Riley.
Lou Holtz. You remember Lou Holtz, right?
I sure do.
1976 Arthur with the Jets, 3-10, and he quit with 1 game left in his first and only season with the Jets.
He's the worst.
That move.
Butch Davis in Cleveland. Remember Butch Davis was in Miami. 24-35. He had a 9-7 season. And then he went in the tank, and he was out in 04, 24-35, so a losing record. Bobby Petrino in Atlanta was a disaster. Dennis Erickson went to Seattle after he left Miami. Remember that? He was 31-33, which was decent. Then he went to the 49ers for 1 year and went 2-14 before he went back to college. And then Dick McPherson. You got to go back. Back when he was the coach of Syracuse, Dick McPherson got a job with the New England Patriots back when they really sucked. 2 seasons. 8-24 and gone. So we talk about Chip Kelly as a failed college coach, and he's a college coach and can't succeed in the NFL. There have been a lot of big-name guys who have left college, successful programs, went to the NFL. Joe Kuharich. Yeah, but that's way back in the day, though, Sam. Nobody remembers Joe Kuharich, including Joe Kuharich's family. No, but these guys were, I'm talking about modern era, we're talking about last 30 years in the NFL. Big-time college coaches going in and flaming out and never returning. That's the amazing thing, never returning to the NFL game. And I don't think Nick Saban or Bobby Petrino or any of those guys will ever go back and coach. And obviously Spurrier just left college, so he's going to start doing a podcast, I think. And then we'll put him on this show. Good move. And then he can rip people.